I don't know. I can tell that for one, the energy has been weird because it's been an eclipse going on. We still in the shadow period of the retrograde somewhat. But it's just been a lot going on. So I've just seen a lot of, detachment
Mm.
and withdrawal and just isolation. Not even just with myself, but like with people I talk to and I pay attention, like you,
Mm.
like my other circle people.
Friends and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, at the very least, you did what you were worried about earlier this summer.
Yeah, every I can say everything um that I set out to do at the beginning of the summer when I came back. And it's
Mm.
weird because I set those goals in kind of like a defeated headspace, so to
Mm.
speak. Um, but I still accomplished, even though the album was like a month and some change late. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Wait, no, because the first time I said it was gonna be, I was gonna release it in June. Then I came back and said my birthday. I was quiet in August, and then September
Say let's
8th.
say let's get it.
Let's get it because, for one, I was tired of holding it because after you just listen to all those songs so many times working on them, it it already has fed me what I got, what I needed from it.
Mm.
So I even had to take a pause, like in August. I'm like, okay, like I know I need to get this album out, but I need a moment. But I'm glad it's out. I'm glad it's out. Um, and it for me, it was like a graduation of some sort, like a,
What you mean? What you mean when you say that?
like a graduation of identity, so
Mm.
to speak. It is self-titled, um, which was intentional, but once I released it, it felt like the version of myself that made the album and that wrote the songs and that had those experiences to create those
That won't
songs.
the current you no more.
It was released with the album,
Mm.
and I think that's where the the withdrawal and the pushing back and the just guarding myself because I'm in a new space.
Yeah.
I'm in a new identity, and I don't hope or think people will take that literal, like I'm
Mm.
literally changing people. But when I make an instance of identity, I'm talking about the work I did to that version of myself is complete. Now I am on to the next generation or the next gen of myself.
For sure. For sure.
So yeah.
So what I kind of liked about it the most was when I listened to it, I heard like a little bit of everything. I didn't just hear hip hop. I didn't just hear you singing. It
Mm-hmm.
definitely had like a nice. They had a nice balance of style and sounds, and it could definitely carry a lot of different places. I'm trying to remember what my favorite one was. It was either like Victim the Villain or it was
Oh man.
or I ain't gonna flex. Ben Possible was funny. It was cool.
Listen, oh my God, when I say I had so much fun making Bim Possible, for one, because Kim Possible was one of my favorite shows when I was growing up, and I loved Disney Channel. I don't know what Disney Channel got going on now, like the shows and stuff are whack central. Anyways, so I was just thinking like I had on like this all black outfit, and it just gave me like when Kim and Ron go on their missions, you know
Mm.
how they switch into the all black with all the gear, all the tech, and I looked at myself and I'm just like, this is giving like Kim Possible on a mission type stuff.
I like it though.
And at that time, I was just like, I was going through some things or
Mm.
just experiencing kind of like just real life stuff that kind of influenced the lyrics. And so I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Kim Possible. At first, I didn't want to do Kim Possible because I didn't know like copyrights and names and titles and stuff.
I did
And
that.
I'm like, being that my name starts with a B,
Mm.
why not Bim Possible? And that song really might just lead into a whole nother ego, a whole nother persona, you know what I'm saying? But it was one of my most funnest tracks, I feel like.
And what I really liked, I think it was in the beginning track. And I think you also do it like, you know, a lot in the album. You do kind of like bring up theology a little bit. You know, you allude to religion and church, you know, a good amount. And I know that like we've talked about religion in the past for, you know, some of our other talks, and how, you know, you do believe in like there's like a divine affinity to things, and you know, Lord works in mysterious ways, stuff like that. So, you know, I just want to, you know, clarify, like, do you feel like this was like a testimony album for you?
Wow, sometimes I want to punch you with the questions you ask, because you always ask the right questions. Repeat it one more time so I can make sure the answer that I have is right.
I feel you. So with the themes of, you know, religion, you know, speaking how you were about, you know, where you were and where you were trying to, you know, lead yourself to, do you feel like this was an album that was a little bit of, you know, a testament, not like a full one, but like at least like an idea for how you're going to carry yourself out? 'Cause I remember like the muck and the...
Yes, and I would say that because one of my favorite scriptures, and it's not the whole scripture, so I'm just paraphrasing. We overcome by the word of our testimony.
True.
I think the first part of that scripture references the blood of the lamb or something like that, and then it leads into we overcome by, you know, the word of our testimony. And a lot of the songs, like Sunways, that's the opening or the intro. Sunways was probably my most spiritual song up there, intentionally. And I wanted it to open that way because I needed people to see that outside of who they see on social media or who they see when they run into me at the store or wherever, that there is a divinity to me, and I'm very in tune. I'm called. I have a purpose, and I'm very aware of it. And so I wanted people to be introduced to that. Like, yes, y'all can be introduced to the real me, the queer guy, or the androgynous guy, or the photographer, the model, the graphic designer, whatever. But as a being, as a person, you need to understand that there's a standard to who I am, and there's a standard that I have to follow. So that was very important. And Victoria, Madam Butterfly, she's on the album.
She did good too.
Yes, Grave is one of my favorites. I really love all of the songs on my album, but there are a few on this album that I really love. But anyways, I had let her listen to it in the early stages when we record. I've been recorded Grave. I recorded Grave like maybe last year or maybe even 2 years ago. So a lot of these songs, they're not old, but they're songs that I've been working on over time, you know? And she was like, Bakari, this album is very spiritual, it's very deep. And she was like, I listen to what you're saying, but I'm more so listening to how you word it, or how you're phrasing the things that you go through, or who it is that you are in God or in spirit. So it's definitely a testimony album. A lot of my songs are testimonies, but I feel like this is more on theme for that. Like you said, like it's like a main theme, but it's not a main theme. So it's like sub theme.
I get you. And what I really enjoyed the most is that, you know, you still put your perspective, like a lot of your perspective, into the music. And I mean, every great artist is going to do that, because, you know, you're not going to, you know, lose a lot, or, you know, you're not going to lose any of yourself whenever you're singing or rapping, or, you know, just going over a situation that you actually, you know, have been through. And I think, because I listen to like a lot of people who are queer. So like I listen to people like Rockhampton, I listen to people like Frank, I listen to I can't really call Tyler because he feels like a troll. But
he's a troll, but you know what? Like that nigga, he fuck with niggas. Like he do. He's just not finna. It's not finna be like a Saucy Santana or a.
That's exactly where I was
know?
gonna get at, because when it boils down to it, you know, it's digestible for somebody like me.
Yes.
You know, it's like I can't really relate to everything that you're saying, but like generally a good amount of what you were talking about in the album, it's really relatable stuff. Like
Yes.
it's stuff that anything. I mean, all of it can happen to just about anybody.
And I try to like generalize it because I know for when I'm gay, and I'm black. Let's start there. Let's start with black. I'm black and I'm gay. So I know a lot of the experiences that I have or that I've gone through, not many other people or the people that surround me, they haven't experienced that. Like you ain't been through. I can guarantee you ain't been through shit that I've gone through. Just like I haven't been through what you've gone through. But as I'm writing or like I'm brainstorming or like I'm making the beat, I'm trying to think of ways like, okay, how can I generalize a lyric as far as like I do this with like the game all the time. You know, it's when you in the game, and we talking about the dope game or however you want to reference it. You got your plugs, you got your customers, you got the work, the product, all that stuff. I think of myself as a dealer, aka creative.
For sure.
And so when I'm making beats or I'm designing a flyer or I'm scouting locations for a photo shoot, I'm
getting your trap together.
I'm setting up the trap. I'm in the trap. So then once I'm done with the flyer, once I'm done with whatever task I'm doing, that is me serving my product. So I just try to think of it as like, okay, they might not be gay, but I know it's been some nights they done cried themselves to sleep. So I know we can relate on that. And I think a lot of the times that's where my disconnect is, because I'm still developing that and figuring out how to connect with outside of a queer audience. Because I know a lot of queer people do listen to me as far as like the base that I do have.
Gotcha.
But for like people like you or like more, like athletes or jocks or like, you know, unks and shit like that, I'm still figuring out, okay, like how can I interject? How can I, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like,
if you can make more songs like and I don't even think it was on an album, but it was a song that you sent me that I used on a mix. It was like Everybody Get Up.
Oh, Bravo.
Yeah, it wasn't up there, right?
No, and I did not put Bravo. I'm so glad you brought that up. I did not put Bravo on the album, even though it was my lead single, because you remember when we did our Fresh Fridays episode, I said that's what it was for.
Yeah.
But then I said Pretty Boy was initially that because I released it at the same time that I did
Is that the one with the beat flips and shit in it?
What,
Pretty Boy?
Pretty Boy, Big Old Lane, Big Old. That's the one that I have the house mix to.
Okay,
but
I know it was one I really liked because you switched it up twice. It's like it was kind of upbeat, but then it kind of.
Yes, that's Bravo.
Okay.
Bravo. Yes. So I didn't put Bravo up there. It fit, but I changed my track list so many times. Like I changed it so many times.
Perfectionist here.
You know, like so many times. But after I completed more songs and I listened to the flow, Bravo, it, like I said, it fit, but it more so did not fit more than it did fit. Did that? I know that was a lot, but
I feel like it was just like a creative. Like,
it was a moment.
Yeah, so
it
it's
was
like,
a moment.
You know, do I want to add, you know, this? Because it could have really, like, honestly, what I want you to do, I want you to make a bunch of songs like that.
Like what? Like Bravo?
Just like Bravo. Like that's what I would prefer, you know, as a
and
DJ, because I think
what people would look for me, from me, in a sound kind of, because that's it. It matches, I guess. But I like to rap too. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. Hard shit. I like late night. I love, like, that's the vibe I'm going for. I want a late night vibe to my sound, but I think that's why I loved Bravo, because I'm like, I was like, okay, this sounds like me.
You know? Yeah.
It sounds like me. Not even talking about the lyrics or rapping or flow, but the beat, it sonically sounds like me.
Now, like jungle and house, like those are kind of getting a resurgence, and they're kind of bigger,
Yes.
bigger now, like than what they probably been maybe the past 10-15 years. There's a song, I don't know if you know the Destroy Lonely or not, but there's a song that Pink Panthers does with him, and he's rapping on it. But it's a jungle song, like the beat is like a house
I gotta
beat.
go listen to it.
When you get a chance, listen to it. It's not his best, but I mean for what that genre is, and for him to add like a flavor of that to it, is what like I feel like is approaching the next stage of where music is kind of like taking us.
It's going, and I feel like I have that. Like I know where it's going, and I feel like that's why I create the sounds that I do. But I just got to put in some more work, like, but this album was just, it was symbolic of that. Like, okay, Bakari, you've done albums and projects before, but it was something different about this one, Chan. Like, I don't know if it was my effort. I don't know if it was the passion behind it. I don't know if it was simply just the title that made me, feel more
complete about it? Or?
Complete and connected to it.
Gotcha.
But I definitely have more work to do. But what do you think my funnest track was on this album?
That's a good question. Let's see.
I already have my answer that I feel like, one of them.
I was about to say OMG, but it's like, I liked it, but it was just something about it that I was like, let me see what this sounded like. I can't remember, but I think I like this one the most. I don't know why.
But I played this one to you before. Remember when we went to Champions that night? I played this when we stopped at the gas station.
You played this one?
Yes, Trap Butch. And I performed it at the Pride thing.
I think this is the one I like the most. It's mainly the beat, but it's like you really spitting on this shit. Like,
and it's funny because like all my homeboys, or the few homeboys that I have, they like this one. And there's some other unreleased tracks that I have that I play for them. They're like, yo, Bakari, like, the thing about you is you have everything. Like, you got the flow ideas, you got bars, you got the beats, you got the bars, you got the delivery. I don't know what it's gonna take besides keep working.
Keep working, leave.
Man, what that is the
that's really
next
the core right
box to check. I promise you. Like, I just want this album to carry me, because I honestly feel like it's gonna be a minute before I release another one.
I feel you.
Because the next one I release, I want it to be the sound that I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to make the beats. I don't want to engineer. I don't want to do anything.
You just start.
I want to write, and I want to record.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take my time with the transition to the next one. I don't even want to put a time limit on it, because that shit could happen next year.
True. I get that completely.
But I'm not in a rush to, because like I said, I need it to sound like what I want. Not saying like my other projects haven't, because I'm very proud of those. But when you have to concentrate on 9, 10, 11, 12 things at one time, you can't really devote yourself to the craft like you're devoting because you're doing so much. But as far as the intention, you not, like, I'm intently recording, but I'm not. Like, I have to record technically.
Like, if you want to go ahead and knock the whole thing out.
Yes.
I get you.
Yeah, so,
I get that. But hey, as long as you're methodical and you have, you have a plan. If you have, like, those couple of things down, it is what it is. Quick question. So, on the album, if you could change anything about the process that you went about putting it together, or if you could take one of the songs off between those two questions.
Okay, I'm gonna answer both, but I'm gonna do the song first. Let's see.
And you did something that I don't really like.
Oh shit! God damn! What
No,
I
it's
do?
because everybody does it now, and it's like it is what it is. But when you have an album, you definitely want to have. I mean, I'm seeing it a little bit better now, but it's starting to kind of get to me because like everybody is on Chris Brown's wave. Everybody want to have albums that are longer than 20 songs, and I'd be like, God dang.
But honestly, that's one thing I would change about it.
Okay.
I would change the length, like the track list. But I also fuck with that shit because nigga, I just fucking did 22 songs by my fucking self.
That's
producing,
That's
writing, engineering, all that.
not a lot of independents do it.
No. So I love it for that reason because you know I'm my thing is a one man show.
For sure.
One man show. So I'm proud of it for that. But as far as a listener, because I have to separate, I have to disengage.
Yeah.
As a listener, like, okay, cool, 22, it ain't long, but it is long. It's long enough. It's long as fuck enough.
But what saves it is that like there's difference. Like you know you have
It's variety, yes.
And there's hardly anything. There's nothing personally. There's nothing in it that's bad to me. There's things in it that might be a little bit too much for me.
Yes.
But
yes.
But aside from that,
I have to stay true to myself.
Exactly.
And with that comes learning how to gauge and how to, you know, exert. But
then when it comes time for your shows and like your
yes, absolutely chop. But no, that the length is one thing I would change. The one song, Armageddon.
I don't remember it all the way.
Armageddon. Even though, and I think this is probably why why it became 22 tracks, because ultimately I am telling a story. And I did not want to omit anything that I felt like would be a good factor for this album,
gotcha.
Storytelling wise. And I'm just like, damn, like, because like I said, I told you, I changed my track list like so many times. It was 14 at one time, then it was 17. Went back down to like 15, then it shot back up to 19. Then I sat at like 19 for the longest. I'm like, okay, because we getting a little bit lengthy here, but I need to tell this story, and I need to show growth in a way from my Access Denied album.
Okay.
That would kind of still connect them, because I'm creating a whole multiverse here, and I think that's something more that I need to speak about. But I didn't want to leave out songs, so then when I finally finished recording the songs, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to be good with this 22, even though I feel like it's too long. And I'm the type of person, I'm a nigga, I'm gonna look at the duration of the songs, add up the minutes to see how long it is itself. So I already knew before.
That's the only thing I will give you, because an hour isn't bad for an album.
Yes.
It's not bad at all. So it still ended up working out for itself. You know.
Yeah, that's definitely something. Armageddon, and like Armageddon, it's a cool song because it's pretty much like a manifesto to me.
I'm listening to it for everybody that's watching me.
Oh, okay.
And I ain't gonna flex to you. For this man to say he don't like it like that, it come in like Zaytoven on the beat.
No, it's
So
not that I don't like it. It's I don't like it technically when it comes to like some of the tone and when I say stuff or certain parts.
Okay.
I love the song. I love what it's about, and
sure.
I love making it. But it's the technicality of it that makes me not like it. But it's basically a manifesto to me being a one-man show, me getting through this life shit alone, me standing on my own, standing tall. I don't need you to fight my battles because it's a brigade behind me, whether you see it or not.
Yeah, I do.
You know, so that's why, and it's the song of destruction too, because if you know what Armageddon means, if you've seen the movie, you
were supposed to go through it yesterday, wasn't it?
Right? And that's another reason why I kept it, because not because of the whole rapture thing, but like this is an ending for me, you know. So I needed the symbolic lyricism and the tracks and the titles to be a part, so people can get the full story. this is a one-man show fighting through life every day to be a boss, to be, you know what I'm saying, to be the best creative and the best person he can be. But life is hitting. So he's fighting, he's going through this, he's throwing this bomb at that, nuking this, destroying that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Armageddon symbolizes for me. But it is the song that I would omit. And one thing about the process, I wish I had more trusted people to help me.
I get that too.
A lot of times I've tried to, you know, invite people in or seek out counsel on some music shit and just, you know, try to develop the
real community and stuff.
The community, but it always backfires subtly. But that's one thing I would change: not having the team or the extra hands or the extra knowledge and expertise to help me execute it. Other than that, I wasn't really too
dissatisfied
dissatisfied with the process because, like I said, I took my time, and I have to sit with things. So sitting with it made me more comfortable because I knew that eventually when it was going to come out, it was going to be out, and it would be nothing that I could do about it. But I needed to sit with it so I could make sure it's good. I'm comfortable with it. I'm good with it. I'm good with what the fuck I'm saying because it's a lot of shit that I'm telling in code, you know. So I'm cool with the process.
Okay. If we were to treat this as, well, I can't say a time capsule because it's in reverse. But if you were to tell your past self before the album was made anything, what would you tell you? Because I mean, this could be helpful to whoever might be, like, you know, kind of like you in your situation right now too.
I would tell myself, don't worry about nobody out. Don't worry about nobody out. Don't worry about what nobody else sound like. Don't worry about what nobody else cover art looks like. Don't worry about anything that's mundane or extra outside of this project. Give it your all. Use what you got. And be great at that. You know, be great at using what you have, and don't feel like you got to book this studio so you could have that sound, or you could have the crisp that everybody looks for in a song. Just go. Just do it. Just create. Worry about the technical stuff later. Worry about the studio sessions that you'll book later. Worry about the studio that you'll build for yourself later. None of that matters. You have a message. You have things to say. And this is one of your most sacred ways of expression. So you either gonna go hard or go home.
There you go.
And I ended up with 22 tracks.
There we go.
So that's what I would tell myself.
All right. Well, the next thing we need to think of is five of these songs that we just gonna keep pushing the rest of the year and into
that's
next
what
year.
I need help with because I can't always count on my ears. I know what I like. I know what I think would work or what should be pushed or what is mainstream because that's my goal. I don't want, and I don't want to say this like this because it's gonna sound wrong, but I'm not creating a certain sound. I need my sound to be very commercial and I need it to be mainstream because that's the fucking goal. I don't know how else to put it.
You want it everywhere. You want it in Walmart in the club. Ain't no wrong with it.
I need it in Walmart. I need it in Forever 21. Well, take that back because they closed. I need it in daggone Hibbett's. I need it in what's the little girl store?
Journeys.
Well, that's really everybody. But I need it everywhere. I'm just not even gonna keep naming places, but
the movement need to be heard.
It needs to be heard. Now there are two people that I have talked to, and they are well respected in the industry, and they already said, you got the sound, Bakari. You have the sound. So I know it's there. It's the resources, and it's the community, and it's the people and the places that I need to connect with to work my magic. That's it. You know I'm not scared to put in the work. You want me to be on the road? All right, bet. Feed me and make sure I'm paid, and we can be on the road as long as you want.
There you go.
But yeah, I just
got to start from a good place, and everything else is gonna just come right to you.
I think I am. I think I'm gonna tell you that off camera though.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. But I appreciate you, giving me the time to, chop it up with you about
thank you.
about the project.
Like, I got so tired of reviewing my album by myself with myself. So
I knew I was gonna do this with you. I had to find my time while I kind of get everything else together. But
so
you knew I
thank
had
you.
to, bro. That wasn't no big deal.
Thank you, Chan. I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. I always appreciate
8.8 out of 10 for everybody.
Okay, because I definitely would. That's what I was gonna rate myself. I definitely was gonna give it like 8.5. I always want to leave room for improvement, so I wasn't gonna say 9. So 8.5, but I think 8.8 is fair. But yeah, like I said, thank you for the support. Thank you for the push. Thank you, Chandler watchers and subscribers and everybody who fuck with Chandler. I appreciate y'all as well. I know this is a lot in the package, so I appreciate it. But thank you again, Chan. I really do. I fuck with you.
Hey man, we got a lot more going.
I know, right?
We got a lot more to do. So better to have them introduced into the next best thing before they actually realize it's the next
right.
Best thing.
Tell them.
All right, though. We gonna catch y'all later.
Peace.